So we've got loads to discuss.
Yeah, loads.
Loads. Okay,
We'll
fine.
probably forget all of it.
We'll forget it all.
We should have wrote it all down, to be honest.
Right, let's just start.
Lists are important.
Lists are important. Hello, welcome to the Football Humans.
North London edition.
North London edition. We are man down. Mr. John Berry is off having a baby. So hey, well, not him. Not he's not having a baby.
It's not Junior.
He's not. Yeah, he's not.
He's not Arnie.
Arnie.
Yeah. Not yet.
But wishing you all the best, Monsieur Berry.
Ras.
Yeah. We'll keep you updated, listeners, and So you just stuck with us two. It's me, Andrew Wragg, Liverpool fan.
So we're in the local.
In the local pub. Opposite me is Mr. Michael Felton.
Hello.
And he is a fan of the old...
Here we go.
Chelsea.
Yeah. Here we go.
Let's just start there, mate.
I know.
I mean, we've got...
Like I said, we didn't really need a list, did we? We had to address the elephant in the room.
We did, mate. So what is your gut feelings right now about what is happening at your club?
I mean, it's a disaster.
Massive disaster.
Yeah. I mean, it's an absolute disaster. I mean, obviously at the time, and this is the whole thing that's going on with lots of articles you're seeing now. It's like at the time when it happened, it was great because we were going to go bust. You know, the guy took over. There was always these sort of rumours of his links with Putin and stuff.
And it was a bit dodgy in how he made his money
his
and
dealings.
Stuff
Yeah. But I mean, but at that point there was never anything proven in it, and Russia weren't doing what they're doing now.
True.
And yeah, it's just. I mean, it was a good ride, to be on. Whether the ride should have taken place is a different question.
You've won everything.
Yeah.
So, is there a sense that the club might actually, I don't know, go out of business?
I mean, that's a possibility. That is a possibility. But even if that happens, there will be another club. There'll be a Phoenix club, like all the others.
Yeah.
And it will have loads of support. So I am not bothered about that. Okay. There will always be a Chelsea. And no matter, even if we do get out of business and no Phoenix club, I'll still be a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
Because, my whole family has been for ages.
That's
and
this
changes
change.
nothing.
Yeah, it's
you know
not
what I
mean? Change that.
It's because, I've said this to you guys before. I mean, the 90s was my era of Chelsea. When we started winning stuff and there was loads of people that jumped on with it and stuff, I'm fine with that. I'm good with it, and it's great to win stuff and all that. But it's I'll support them whether they're winning or losing, or whether they're in second division, third division, fourth division.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a weird thing about it that I don't mind if they're down there, because I would still be going, and I'd still be a fan. And it was I don't know. It's just because when we started winning things, you'd always get to people how long have you supported them for? It's go fuck yourself. But anyway, I mean, the whole scenario
is it a case of because we always say there's no player bigger than the team.
Yeah.
Is there a case for there's no owner bigger than the team?
Absolutely, 100%.
Because owners do
100%.
come and go.
100%.
And I
mean, Chelsea's been going for 117 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've been around for 117 years. There's been not a million owners. I mean, that's mental. That would be crazy.
How many owners?
But there's been loads of owners on that time, loads of managers, loads of directors, I mean, it's just, and that's the same with the majority of football clubs, and it will continue to be. And the thing that keeps the football clubs going is the community.
Yeah.
And the fans and the people that support them and stuff, and that's what's the most important thing about it.
Yeah.
And as long as that stays, there will always be a football club. So I'm not concerned about Chelsea disappearing, because they will never disappear from my heart.
But you are worried. But you are worried about.
I mean,
are you in the modern day?
I mean,
the modern day, the money. Basically, to attract top class
let's look
players,
at the basic scenario
that
that everyone's probably aware of, that everyone's been reading a million times over this week. That is like £26 million in wages over the course of a month, and if you've got a very little income coming from home games and games in general and merchandise and whatever else, people couldn't even buy programs yesterday. Mental.
Yeah.
Absolutely mental. But it's like, that's going to affect things, and it will affect things. And we've got players out of contract, and you cannot be paying those wages on reduced income. You just cannot be doing it. So the way we look now is not what we'll look like next season. I am pretty sure of that. No matter whether but I am sure the government will sanction a sale before the end of the season. But there could be a lot of damage before that happens. Yeah. And do you know what I will say is Emma Hayes, Thomas Tuchel have been amazing in this. Like, there's not been a lot of talk from the people above, but the two managers have been fantastic. And Thomas Tuchel said it exactly right yesterday, of like that they're. Did you see his press conference after? So he just said basically like, we're very privileged people. He was talking as in himself, his staff, his players.
Yeah.
That whatever's happening is not really affecting them day to day life, because they're millionaires. They don't need the money. They're not bothered. But he was like, we have a duty to the people that it does affect. And he's talking about the members of the club that have been there for years probably. So like, you know, catering people,
stewards,
kit men, physios,
guys, all the sort of like
people,
backroom staff,
everyone that works at the club.
Yeah.
And that was, do you know what? It was the best thing about yesterday, apart from Kai Havertz's finish. But we'll get to that.
He shouldn't have been on the pitch.
We'll get to the football later.
Shouldn't have been on the pitch, right?
We'll get to the football later. But I just thought he is like, whether, I mean, because he's such a good manager, depending on what happens, like, you know, if he's there next year or not, I just think he's just done a really. He has come across very well, and it's like, and he's basically fronted everything out, like. And the same as Emma Hayes, they've been, because obviously they're the ones that are put in front of the media and stuff. And there's now like, because you know he was getting so much talk about like,
and he's like, I'm not a politician. Yeah.
And now Eddie Howe's getting it as well, because it has created a massive thing about like, you know, what are the Premier League actually doing?
Yeah.
It's like, because basically, I mean, it's a tough one though, isn't it? Because it's like what we're saying about Abramovich is like, okay, he may have been okay at the time, but like when things like this happen, but was he okay at the time? Because there's no smoke without fire, is there? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I just read an article that Panorama have just done a documentary sort of thing, and there's loads of stuff that's kind of come out, or is going to come out, and I didn't have time to fully read it, but I'm guessing there's going to be a thing about how he made his billions from the gist of it was he bought the oil firm for like 160 million, and then sold it back to the Russian government for like 16 billion.
Yeah, I heard this. Yeah.
And the case was brought. There was like his business partner at the time or something.
Yeah.
He paid him off with 10 million to like basically just go away.
Yeah.
But it was brought up in court that some of his dealings weren't actually, you know, legit.
And it was
thrown his way.
Let's just like put it all out there that basically, like, you know, football is not the priority at this moment in time.
No, exactly.
And it is basically, you know, anything because I mean, I'm a diehard Chelsea fan, but there was, when I'm reading that like the tanks that some of the Russians are using, some of the Russian tanks are supplied by steel from a company that he owns.
Yeah.
So then, do you know, that just made me absolutely like cringe.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well,
you haven't really got a leg to stand on.
My money is going towards him. That's towards that.
Yeah.
Which is then like that makes me feel absolutely sick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And at that point, it's like, and I think that's what everyone involved is now. I mean, should have always realised, and now is realising. And Thomas Tuchel said it yesterday. It's like the Premier League needs to look at. He was basically saying you know, you guys let someone buy this club.
You didn't vet him. You didn't know where he's.
And that's why a lot of attention is now going towards Newcastle again, because it's sort of like, you know, Because Eddie Howe got a question about like 81 people getting executed in Saudi Arabia yesterday. It's like that's after a football match. You know what I mean? It's just like.
But it is very important. But what he should have been asked is why was Kai Havertz still on the pitch to score
that was
the goal?
Never a sending off.
Why it was a red card?
Are you mad?
It was
Are you
elbow.
fucking mad?
It was an elbow and a sending off.
Are you mad?
100%.
I mean,
he's dirty, Kai Havertz.
No, I will say.
He is. He's dirty.
That was never a sending. What I will say is they should have had a penalty.
100% should have had a penalty.
That should have been a penalty, but that was never a sending off. Did you see that? Danny Murphy nailed it basically. They both went up with their elbows.
They did, but one came off worse.
Dan Burn was like a centimetre away from elbowing Kai Havertz in the chin.
Wow.
They basically both could have elbowed each other.
Yeah, but
it was never a sending off.
Kai Havertz elbowed it. Dangerous play.
Yeah.
Should have been two red cards.
It could have been a red card
this weekend because Diaz got absolutely taken out by the Sanchez.
I mean that's different. That was
anywhere else.
That was
100%
a red card. I mean, I don't care whether that goal goes in or not. That is a red card. That is a red card.
Dangerous play.
I mean, I don't know what they think. They even VAR'd that.
Ooh.
I mean, what the fuck?
Well,
did they just go like, oh, it went in, so don't worry about it?
We'll just give him a goal.
But the thing is, the ball was so far gone, and he basically clotheslined him in a midriff of his leg.
Yeah.
It was like, how is that allowed?
Absolutely mental.
I mean, that was shocking. What was like going back to the Chelsea game though, with whether you think he should have been on the pitch or not, he should have been. But whether you think it or not, he should have been. But but what I will say is like I mean, from the highlights and like and from what I heard about the game, because I didn't get to see the whole game because I was like, does that family do all this?
Yeah.
You know? As much as we all wanted to watch it, sometimes you have to.
Well, it was Michael's birthday. So
Yeah,
have a birthday for him.
Yeah.
I just thought it would have been a birthday treat, mate, to watch the game, no?
No.
You get to pick.
Yeah, I mean, at a cousin's house, it'd be weird if we all like, no Sky there, so it was like all crowded around my phone. Do you know what I mean? So it's fine. All just basically looking at live score all the time.
Just watch it.
Yeah.
Update.
And sometimes.
Why is it 0-0?
Sometimes it's better not to watch these games. Yeah.
Well,
especially at this time.
0-0. Newcastle should have had a penalty. 0-0. 89th minute. Woohoo!
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was only because my brother-in-law's watch buzzed. And I was like,
really?
what's that?
What's that?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
And I was just expecting Newcastle winner. But the ball from Jorginho was amazing. But touch and a finish from Kai Havertz was exceptional. I mean, it was unbelievably good. To take it down in that. I mean, it's such like it's two steps basically. Yeah. To take it down and to finish like that, it was phenomenal. What a goal that was! Like
just highlighting what has happened to Lukaku.
Yeah, well,
keeps highlighting.
No, but I don't want to talk about Lukaku. I just want to talk about actually Kai Havertz is in the last month has been.
Your centre forward.
He's been very good as well, but because I've had my doubts about him. He was tipped as like.
He's young.
Yeah.
I mean, young.
Make the most of it because next year he'll probably be gone.
Do you see I'm going to put it on the pod actually. Right. Do you see a scenario where it all goes tits up, right? Tuchel goes. There's a massive rebuilding thing. Frank the Messiah comes back. Takes over with the kids.
No, I don't see it at this point.
Because Everton might go down.
Everton could very well go down.
In our WhatsApp group, I was like, nah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Mate, they are.
But they are.
Their confidence is rock bottom. Is rock bottom. But to be fair, yesterday, they had so many chances.
Richarlison could have had a hat trick.
Yeah.
Like, he was unbelievable. But
he played quite well, yeah. And it's just like, but they're just not very good defensively, and they're just not. I don't know. It's just. As I was excited actually by the signings he made, Van der Beek and Ali, but everyone knew they could go either way, and unfortunately I think they've gone the wrong way because Ali doesn't seem to get in the starting lineup.
But they're both.
Van der Beek is very slow.
They're both confidence players.
Yeah.
In a team with no confidence.
Yeah. And the problem is, I think you've hit it there. There's a lot of confidence players in that team.
Yeah.
like all across like the front line. I mean, Andros Townsend is another one like that is excellent on his day, but sometimes just and he came off the bench as well.
Ancelotti came in and made Dominic Calvert-Lewin look like an amazing
centre
forward.
Now,
he keeps picking up injuries. He's like in and out.
It's just been I mean a mixture of bad luck and just poor players and just. I mean, he's inherited a bad club. It was not a good situation to be in at all, that one. But I did think he would potentially give him a bump, which hasn't happened.
No.
The best they played was against Man City, which they lost.
But they've got a couple of games in hand. If they win those games in hand, it will give them a momentum to push on.
It looks massively.
It's hard for them to see them picking up.
It's hard to see where they're going to win from at the minute. I mean, they really, really need to I don't know. All they need is a scrappy 1-0 win just to get confidence up. That's what it feels like, isn't it? They just need a scrappy 1-0 just to get their confidence. Which you thought,
actually, rather than losing, you thought they would, with the amount of chances, that
it was such bad defending from that cross as well to let the goal in. It's just it's crazy, man. It's just
they were really poor.
Yeah.
Really, really poor.
After that, it was just mad for that to happen. But I mean, they could go down.
It's crazy to think that they could go down.
But I do think, I think Norwich got sort of sealed, I think, a little bit this weekend.
Yeah.
And then
Watford, although they've just won, I still think they're so suspect and probably will go down with one of 4 teams.
Yeah, I do think this could be Burnley's year though. As well.
Wow.
I mean, they are another weird one because they do pick up the odd result, but
they can't score goals.
No,
they can't score at the moment. They can't. Yeah.
And Brentford seems to. I mean, Christian Eriksen seems to be paying off.
Definitely.
He set up the first one.
His ball in for
Ivan Toney seems to
was
have.
Brilliant.
Ivan Toney seems to be getting his scoring back. His penalty style was so weird.
So weird. But it's like 2 steps and,
but he's great.
And kind of does them with eyes.
He absolutely nails it in the corner every time. Yeah, I keep watching the replays, and when he does it with that, I keep thinking if I did that, I'd probably fall over. Because he looks like he doesn't move any part of his body. Yeah. He just moves his eyes one way.
It is really.
But he's
weird.
got a mad stare going on, and he just takes one step and belts it. But it's just if I did that, I would someone's hot chocolate would be getting in their face.
I really think penalty, my penalty technique would literally just be run and blast it and hope for the best.
That's going over the bar, right?
And hope for the best.
That's going over the bar.
No.
You're doing a Kepa there, mate.
I'd get it on target. But
how can you tell?
I would never.
You might get under the ball.
Nah.
That's going over the bar, right?
Nah.
That's going over the bar.
No. But
we should do a Football Humans penalties one day.
We should actually.
Yeah.
Because trying to take one like Ivan Toney,
no way.
I don't think I would be able to.
Mate, I do not have the power to do that these days.
Yeah.
These days. Who am I kidding? Ever. Yeah. I would need a 20-meter run up at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even then, it's probably going straight down the middle.
I remember in a school tournament, I had to take a pressure penalty.
Yeah.
And I ran and just side-footed it. And thank God the guy dived the other way. Because it made me look great, but it was an awful penalty. Because it was really savable.
Yeah.
Really weak shot. And it looked so cool because it was like I rolled it in.
Was that in big goals?
Big goals, yeah.
Proper big goals?
Proper big goals, yeah.
Oh. It was always mad playing in big goals when you're half the size. I mean, what's the fucking point of that? I mean, a kid's never getting that corner.
Kids never get. If
do you know what the best thing was? Corner, yeah. It's especially if you're a goalkeeper. I wasn't a goalkeeper, but you play rush goalie.
Yeah.
Playing the hockey goals, they were the best. Playing the hockey goals at that time because they're slightly higher than a 5-a-side goal.
Yeah.
I mean, not as wide though.
Not as wide. That's the thing. Yeah.
But 5-a-side one's crap because you can't hit high then.
A 5-a-side penalty is rock hard.
It is hard.
It's hard.
It is hard. Do you know, that's one of my memories of school from then is hitting a 5-a-side in the top corner there because it's That was so lucky.
That is really
because,
lucky.
You know, that was so close to just hitting the bar.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Right, we've had an email come in. Andy Lawson, big shout out to Andy. He's picking us up on the VAR inconsistency. Have we been talking about VAR quite a bit?
I can't remember, to be honest.
I
don't know if I even know what it stands for.
I don't know. I think it might have come up. Anyway, Andy
what does it stand for?
Video assistant referee.
Yeah, that's right.
Shut your mouth. I'm taking a piss. Let me read out this email, for God's sake. So, Andy's
trying to work out what VAR is.
Andy's chipped in with... so he wanted to know our thoughts on the offside rule. And he thinks he's got the answer.
Blurred, basically.
The blurred offside rule.
That's our answer, isn't it? Blurred.
So, Andy says, when a player scores a screamer of a goal and takes their top off to celebrate, you can see their tracker on their undershirt between their shoulder blades.
You can actually see it sometimes when they've got the shirt on. So I'm always like, has he got a weird hump? But
Could that be the line? So if it goes to VAR to double check when the ball was passed and the linesman gets the verdict on their watch, flag goes up, none of this bullshit sort of drawing the lines and things. What do we reckon?
Well, I'm going to stop pretending like I've not read it already. Like I've not heard this before, because I did read it before.
We have discussed it. I mean, we got the email.
And I'm a terrible actor, so I was going to be like, oh, that's great.
So you thought about
I can't have the original reaction that I did have. It was when I read it, I was like, why has they not thought about that?
Yeah.
And honestly, Andy, to be fair, that's a great thought, because I was like, why has none of us thought about that? Why has no one thought about that? Because that would be good, right?
It's basically like goal line technology, isn't it? Line technology that has only failed once.
Yes,
Has only failed once.
And what all the ex-professionals are like, they're like, if there's daylight, so that would be about right. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's less than daylight.
It's less than,
So it would be like, you know, it's someone's back, basically.
Yeah.
And I think he's nailed it. I think he's actually nailed it.
It's a very quick solution.
It is.
The linesman then gets the signal. Obviously, the referee would get the signal as well, I would have thought. Linesman puts his flag up. I think it's genius.
I think it's genius as well. Well done, Andy. You should work for the FA.
Yeah, should.
But, okay, so, is there a way that they can tamper this?
In what do you mean?
I'm just trying to think, is there a way that teams can get around it?
Like someone could hack into the striker...
No, not like that.
The striker's thing
and
just keep putting him offside.
I'm just trying to think of, ways they can, manoeuvre their...
No, it'd still work. It'd still be like a direct kind of infrared line.
Yeah. So would their infrared line have to connect with the defender's infrared line? So that means everyone would have to wear one. Because I don't think they all wear one.
No, everyone would have to wear one.
I think what they do at the minute, it looks like basically... I don't know this for fact, but I've always thought they... whoever is tracking what they're doing is picking 2 or 3 of the players at each game
to track their stats and all that sort of thing.
I don't think they all wear them all the time, do they?
So would that then pose a restrictive kind of element where some players might not want to wear them?
Maybe.
Might not feel comfortable wearing it.
Do you know what we should do? Chip them.
Yeah.
Like you do with dogs. Chip them.
Chip
know where they are all the time. He's offside. He's down the pub, he's well offside. No, but I think that is a good idea.
That's the one thing.
I mean, lots of them do wear them.
That's the one thing I would say is, every player would have to wear it.
Yeah.
So therefore, could be seen as a bit restrictive.
Why though? No, but actually.
Plus, you're reliant then that they're gonna work. Because do you remember going to Quasar when you were little, right?
Yeah. I shot you.
I
definitely shot you.
Didn't go off, mate.
Yeah.
So you'd have to nail that system.
No, but Hawkeye's been right, apart from that one time.
Yeah, but Hawkeye, you're not getting someone bump into your back at a corner.
Hang on, how do they do that? What's in the ball? Have they put something in the ball?
No, it's just on the line. It's goal line technology.
Yeah.
So it's a sensor on the line.
So if something breaks the line.
Yeah.
Well, what about the goalkeeper? He must be breaking the line all the time.
Because you don't have to read it.
You thought about that?
You don't have to read.
You did think about that?
Yeah, but you don't have. It's not.
What do you mean you don't have to read?
As in, like, it's only when it's a goal scoring kind of like thing that they're going to look and check that if it was the ball. If it's just the goalkeeper.
No, but it could have been the goalkeeper and the ball.
No, but when you see the thing,
No, but
it's
the
a
watch
thing of
buzzes.
It's the thing of the
watch
ball.
buzzes.
Isn't it? It's the thing of the ball.
Yeah, but the watch buzzes.
Yeah.
So who's buzzing the watch?
The
Is there
Hawkeye.
something in the ball?
It's not.
Or is
in
there
the ball.
someone just watching the line all the game?
It's got to be a system on the line.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
Right.
no, we're in agreement with that.
Right.
Yeah.
That can somehow decipher whether
It's
sphere,
a ball or a human.
a sphere is completely 100%.
Yeah, but it
over
could
the
be
line.
like Jordan Pickford's head or something. You know what
The
I mean?
head. Has the head ever been mistaken for the ball and given by Hawkeye? Andy, if you're listening, can you get in touch with Hawkeye and ask them how they do that, and then see if they can draw plans for this?
Do you know what? I never even thought about it. Like,
Technology is mental.
because it does. There must
It
be
ge-
something in the ball.
There's
Surely
nothing,
they put
there's
something
nothing
in the ball.
There can't be anything in the ball.
Why?
I just don't. It'd rattle. It'd annoy me.
It would rattle.
You can't have
You're
something-
thinking they put like a little ball bearing
Yeah,
in
you
there.
can't have
is that-
something
it's like-
rattling round. You remember when your ball when your ball gets knackered after you've been using it and you just don't want to give it up and the pump thing goes in.
Yeah, it falls in.
And
yeah.
it rattles.
Yeah.
Imagine that
And all the
constantly.
levers coming off.
All the levers just
It
flicking
basically
off,
it's
yeah.
just like that weird material at the
like a pig's bladder.
yeah. Yeah, when you get like a little bump coming through the stitches.
Yeah.
That's had that before, yeah. But I mean, thanks for the one, Andy, because that was a great suggestion, to be honest.
I think technology.
I don't see. To be honest, that would be better as well.
Technology like that would be better than VAR.
Because it's supposed to be
Because
advantage to attackers as well, right?
Because
So-
it would get rid of the human error.
Mm.
So what's creeping into VAR is we think we've got this great thing in place, but ultimately it's just another.
What's creeping into VAR?
It's another person's opinion.
Is no one knows
what the actual,
who's in charge of
who's
the
in
game at
charge
the
of-
minute.
Yeah.
Like, because the referee's thinking they'll deal with it. They don't want to overrule the referee.
Imagine if VAR had to do Hawkeye, had to do the goal line technology.
Yeah.
You'd be like, drawing up lines. Is the ball completely over? All that rubbish. It'd be really, really annoying. Whereas, if there was technology involved, boom.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what it is. It's done.
Exactly.
I think it's a great idea. I think it needs a little bit of flushing out though, because like if those things go faulty, then
Yeah, but Hawkeye I only remember it going wrong once.
it's only gone wrong once.
It went massively wrong. And to be fair, the linesman in that game should have noticed that.
No, but imagine like it's a case of like these things need to be like charged, and someone forgets to put them on charge. Or we ain't got. I'm sorry, this game, or it runs out of battery after like 20 minutes.
Or should we just go back to just a linesman and two referees?
What? And get rid of technology completely?
Yeah.
I mean, it would make our podcast more interesting because I'm sure we'd have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we would. Yeah. A lot more.
But do you miss that? Do you miss the Thierry Henry handball?
No, I don't miss that.
Putting a team out. Was it the World Cup or Euros or whatever?
I don't miss that at all.
Do you miss Frank Lampard's goal against Germany in the World Cup?
Pedro
or,
Mendes against United.
All those kind of things.
Yeah.
Luis Garcia against Chelsea.
See that? Yeah, exactly. And you know for sure that would not have been over the line because they've done it since, and that was not over the line.
You know what I mean? So
Let's not get involved in that.
I think there are. Yeah, there are definite cases for VAR and different systems to be brought in.
No.
But it's the way they're used.
Yeah.
It's the way that and to eradicate the human error is the reason to bring something.
But why is it so confusing? Why have they made it so confusing?
They've made their own random
and it's like
rules,
like we said
they,
the other day, it's like the offside thing. It's like, why have they, from last year, noticed that if someone's arm's offside, they shouldn't really be offside because that's a bit silly because they're pointing to where the ball was going to go.
Bamford.
So why have they gone backwards?
Yeah.
Because they started off quite well and now they've gone completely backwards.
We had a whole season of absolute shocking. Like our whole podcast was pretty much talking about
last
VAR.
year. The start of
bad.
this year, I felt like wasn't bad.
It was great. Yeah.
And then it's just gone absolutely shit again. It's like, why is that?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But I feel like it's one of those things, you know, when it's like I'm going to put it to, you ever play something like Scribble Scramble or something like that?
Yeah.
When you're like completely online and then you go slightly off and you auto-correct too much and then you're completely fucked because then you're like just auto-correcting left, right and centre until it falls off. And that's what's happening.
Okay.
They've gone in a straight line all the way along and then they've gone slightly wrong and then they keep trying to correct it and then they fucked it basically. Yeah.
I think you're right with that.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Oh, I'd love to play Scribble Scramble now.
Welcome back. I don't know. We had a little break, didn't we?
Did we? I don't know.
Did we do anything?
I don't know. Who knows?
What else has happened this week? Anything?
Well, there was the moment yesterday. I mean, it did touch me a little bit. I was getting a bit emotional. That when I watched the highlights when Yarmolenko scored.
West Ham.
When he come off the bench and he scored, and it was like, you know, he had tears in his eyes, and how can you not be touched on that?
Yeah.
Aston Villa fans were like clapping. Not all of them, I can't imagine, but.
Well, he got a good reception. Definitely, he definitely did. Yeah.
And it was just one of them moments that I was just like, that is amazing. That is amazing.
Football and
I mean,
all that
100%. Yeah,
I know
100%. It was just like, his first game back since like all, you know, this invasion has been happening and stuff. And it's just like, you can't write that stuff. It was just like, it was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Right. Well, yeah.
And it was like, it was such a great atmosphere for that. And it was like, and I was surprised actually because West Ham been on a bit of a slide. Villa have been
playing really well.
Yeah, and West Ham come out on top. But like they, you know, showed the analysis, like Declan Rice just doing a job on Coutinho basically.
Yeah. That they nullified him because he's been running the show. He's been brilliant since he's come back to the Premier League, definitely.
Yeah. Has it been interesting to see him against old Liverpool favourite?
Nice to actually. What's weird is I'm actually really happy because I've always really liked him. I'm really happy to see someone enjoying their football. Playing well.
Because he's had a couple of years of not.
Of years of kind of the move. Obviously we got our money for him, but like the move just didn't really work for him, did it? So from that point of view, I think it's absolutely brilliant that he's doing really well.
Do you know what? I totally understand that because that's what I feel about Eden Hazard.
Yeah.
I just want to give him a hug and be like, go and enjoy yourself, mate. Have a
good
time.
Where's he need to move to, Hazard? I don't
know, you know.
Because injury-wise, he's not really had it. But if he goes back somewhere
playing League 2 with Chelsea.
Yeah.
No, today.
True.
No, he needs like a Coutinho, he needs to go to a club that's just going to appreciate him a little bit, I think.
I mean, John's not here to talk about his team, Manchester United, obviously, but if he was here, he'd be talking about Ronaldo, I'm sure. Getting a hat-trick.
Excellent hat-trick. And let's be honest, is that why Tom Brady's come out of retirement?
I mean, because
that's what I thought. Because they showed him, he was at Old Trafford, and then he watched Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a hat-trick.
Roll back the years.
The next day, he's like, right, I'm not retiring.
Yeah. There could be some method in that madness,
Yeah. Because
I got unfinished business. If Ronaldo can do it, so can I.
And, I mean, it is mad that you see that he's now. Well, I don't know if it's a legit stat, but it was like FIFA said that he's now the footballer who scored the most ever goals.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Pele? I thought
807 goals he scored over his career. Isn't that fucking
That
mental?
is fucking mental. That is...
807.
The more you see Messi
I was starting to think, like,
struggling.
can he get to 1,000?
Yeah, the more you see Messi struggling at PSG.
He got booed at the weekend.
Has he scored yet or something? He's not like.
No, I mean he's not hit
He's
the
not.
heights that they expected.
And then you still
But
see.
he wasn't the only one who got booed. They all got booed.
You see Ronaldo scoring a hat trick in the Premier League.
I mean, let's not kid ourselves. He's not been amazing this year, but I mean, actually, he's been pretty good.
He's been all right.
He's been pretty good. I think Man United have not been amazing, but
we say that, but they're still fifth.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like languishing in like eighth or something.
No, I know, but that's the story of this year, isn't it? Like, there's been a lot of very average teams. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Liverpool and City are just miles ahead of everyone else. Chelsea are like smack third.
Yeah.
But we've been poor in a lot of games, and then there's a lot of poor shit. I mean, look at Arsenal. I mean, they were getting slagged left, right, and centre at the beginning.
They were, yeah.
They were
at the bottom.
Potentially going to get relegated.
Get rid of Arteta.
Yeah.
They were. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Arsenal fans were going mad,
we were
and
probably
now
falling for
they're
it on the
fourth.
podcast. Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't know how it's happened. And they've got games in hand over
Yeah.
a lot of teams. So
Yeah, we were all there going, is he the right man for the job?
it's just been one of those
stuff?
seasons where every team has had like massive blips and
I'm really
looked shoddy.
really hoping that Crystal Palace beat Manchester City tonight. I'm not going to lie. I can't see it happening, but I'm really hoping it does.
I would love Conor Gallagher to get a hat trick because that's the only way I'm going to win my fantasy football game. Because I forgot to do it this weekend. I left Broya as captain.
I was going to say,
didn't even start.
Who's your vice captain then? Because if he didn't start, your
No,
vice
he
captain
came
will
on
get...
as a sub, so I got 2 points.
Oh no, that's the worst.
And not only that, but I've got Kane and Salah in the team. Both have double game weeks.
Mate. If there's any consolation, I don't think Salah's going to start the next game.
I'm playing John Berry though, so maybe it's a little gift for him.
Take it as a little gift.
Take it as a little gift, mate.
Take it as a little gift.
Yeah, it's like a buy.
Yeah.
If this was a professional league, that would get looked into.
It fucking would.
Yeah. It'd be like that's shenanigans happening there.
Definitely is.
Yeah. It's like Jennifer Love Hewitt's mouth being too small. Do you remember that?
Excuse me?
Shenanigans. Sorry, it's a South Park reference.
That's over my head, mate.
There was an episode of South Park
Yeah.
where there was a carnival where they had to throw balls into Jennifer Love Hewitt's mouth. And then Cartman screamed shenanigans because the hole's not big enough. But anyway.
Love it. I feel like maybe we need to ask one of those questions to get like a viral hit. Have you heard the latest question that got asked and became an internet sensation?
What's that?
This guy just asked, are there more doors or wheels in the world? Have you not had that for the last week?
No.
That was like the big internet sensation.
No.
Are there more doors or wheels?
Not at all.
Fuck it, let's not talk about it. Let's just sack it off.
No, let's talk about it in a minute.
No, let's not talk about it. Just stop. I was just going to end the podcast right there because I was like, I don't want to get involved with this. I've had it at work. I've had lots of people trying to like discuss it, and I cannot believe that you didn't hear or know about this. So, internet sensation. Loads of people are saying, are there more doors in the world or more wheels in the world?
Where has this come from?
Just a guy talking random shit with his mates, put it out there on Twitter and said,
It's a good
settle this
question
for me.
because the first
and
thing,
it had like 220,000.
first thing I thought was wheels.
Yeah.
Instantly, there's more wheels. But then there's a lot of fucking doors in houses.
Yeah.
And like, if I look at where I work in the theatre, there's way more doors than wheels.
Way more doors
Way
than
more,
wheels.
as in like outweighed, as in probably 100 to 2.
I reckon.
Yeah, in one building.
Mm.
But then you go to like a mechanic's yard or a junkyard. How many wheels are there? How many doors?
A lot of wheels.
What's classed as a door and what's classed as a wheel?
Something that's a wheel and something that's a door, mate. What? I don't know. What do you
No,
mean?
but as in like a chain fence that's got.
It's got a door on it. It's a door.
No, but Okay, but it's not technically. It's part of the fence.
Yeah, but it's a door, isn't it?
Okay. All right, fine.
Yeah.
I was still saying with wheels actually.
I'm saying doors. I'm saying doors.
Nah, wheels. Does that say something about us psychologically, do you reckon?
Don't know, I'm sure there's going to be some studies made and.
Was there no definitive answer?
Oh no, there isn't. No,
So,
it's one of those. There's no,
yeah, so
there's no
who,
actual.
Who you
answer.
think? Well, obviously no one can count. I don't know why
Yeah.
I asked you that.
Yeah.
Is there no definitive?
There's no definitive.
Someone went out and counted this week
No.
and was like, actually, there is one more door than there is wheels.
No, there's no definitive answer.
But I would say wheels still.
Why?
Cars.
But car's got at least 4 doors on it.
Oh shit! I didn't even think about that.
See the wheels on your car, you literally
Negated. They're gone.
counteracting it, aren't
Yeah,
you?
they're gone. They're gone.
And you can say about the spare wheel in the boot, but I mean, is the boot a door? Could be a door.
No, but then you've got wheelbarrows, barrows,
That's just one wheel, mate.
tractors, 4 wheels, 2 doors, 2 up.
2 up, 2 down.
Yeah.
2 up, 4 down.
But then you've got loads of houses, no wheels, loads of doors. Yeah, it's
True.
definitely doors.
I think it's doors.
Nah, but then what about cogs? Do they count?
Yeah.
Yes, they count.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
count.
wheels, yeah.
So, your watch, how many is in there?
I don't know, mate.
There's probably 3 or 4 in there.
Think of all the
Definitely
watches and
wheels.
all.
Definitely wheels. I'm sticking with wheels.
Well, there you go. That's how we're going to end the podcast this week. On that. And if you haven't heard that, I'm so sorry, because it's going to ruin your life for the next week when you start thinking about how many doors and wheels you come into contact
Just
with.
like VAR.
Just like VAR.
It's going to ruin your life.
It's going to ruin your life. There we go. We will see you next week. And if you want to get in touch, it's contact yes@gmail.com. We never changed the email address.
We've not said that for a while.
We haven't said that for a long time. And we are on the old Instagram. Don't ask me what that is, just @footballhumans and you'll find us.
Yeah.
You know, we sometimes post some stuff on there.
Yeah.
And just like, subscribe, do all the things that podcasts, you can't supposed to do with podcasts, and that's the salesy bit at the end.
Listen to them.
There you go, just listen.
Yeah.
Spotify, all that, but if
Enjoy
you're listening
it.
to this,
Yeah.
you already know where to listen.
Yeah.
Laters.